Welcome to Manifest Anything You Can Imagine podcast, the podcast that empowers you to turn your dreams into reality using the law of attraction. I'm your host, Papi DiNuzzo, and together we'll dive into the mindset, strategies, and energy shifts you need to create the life you've always envisioned. Whether it's health, wealth, happiness, love, relationships, or spirituality. Inspired by my transformative book, Manifest Anything You Can Imagine, each episode brings you practical tools, inspiring stories, and bold insights to unlock your limitless potential. Get ready to manifest your greatness, and let's dive in.
Podcast disclosure. The following podcast is by DiNuzzo Private Wealth, Inc. DiNuzzo is for general informational purposes only. No portion of the podcast serves as the receipt of or as a substitute for personalized investment advice from DiNuzzo. Different types of investments involve varying degrees of risk, and it should not be assumed that future performance of any specific investment or investment strategy or any non-investment related or planning services, discussion, or content will be profitable, be suitable for your portfolio or individual situation, or prove successful. No portion of the podcast content should be construed by a client or prospective client as a guarantee that he or she will experience a certain level of results if DiNuzzo is engaged or continues to be engaged to provide investment advisory services. Namaste. I'm Mikey, and I'd like to thank you for joining me today, along with manifestation mindset coach Papi DiNuzzo, on the Manifest Anything You Can Imagine podcast. If you're a successful entrepreneur looking to take your business, life, health, wealth, love, and impact to the next level, the Papi Mindset Manifestation Mastermind and/or the Papi Mindset Manifestation Retreats may be just the answer and experience you've been looking for. This is where positive thoughts, emotions, and actions align with ancient wisdom within a tribe of purpose meets profit entrepreneurs who are dedicated to elevating their mindset, their energy, their results, and their fellow brothers and sisters in need. If you're ready to manifest, grow, stretch, and really step into the next, newer, higher version of yourself, Papi's Mastermind and Retreats were created just for you. Just a reminder that Papi's social media platforms deliver a consistent stream of positive and high-value content. He already has close to 250,000 followers. So he invites you to follow, share, and like his content on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn. So just a reminder to go ahead and do that. And Papi, let's go to you today for your morning dialogue, your morning monologue, and today's podcast to set the table. Good morning, Papi.
Good morning, Mikey. Thank you so much for a wonderful introduction. Thank you so much, Kim, for managing and directing and producing such a great show. I'm very grateful, very thankful, and very appreciative for both of you. Yes, Mikey, and I'm also equally grateful for our presence on social media. As you said, we just passed the 1,300,000 follower mark. So we're over 1.3 million followers on social media. And again, as we said before, across all 6 globes. I usually leave Antarctica off to the side. We're active in all 6 continents across the globe. So all 6 continents are fellow brothers and sisters sharing this message of love and light and truth and goodness, of awakening, for a grand awakening, for Papi to awaken the inner knowing that's within you, for me to shine universal light on it and water it and have it grow for a grand awakening for you, my fellow brothers and sisters, and for grand remembrance. Papi is here. I came here. I was sent here to get you to remember why you came here, my fellow brothers and sisters, and all the awe-inspiring powers that are within you. Namaste, namaste, my beautiful, wonderful fellow brothers and sisters. Namaste. Grand rising to each and every one of you. The spirit in me greets the spirit in you. The spirit in me greets the spirit in you. Congratulations on the greatest day of your life. Thank you so much for spending it with us today. It can be no other way. My fellow brothers and sisters, there is no past. There is no future. There is no past. There is no future. Everything is eternally grounded in the present. I think it was Seneca who said, if you want to be happy in life, and I'm paraphrasing here, but if you want to be happy in life, you need to do 2 things. You need to stop complaining about the past, and you need to stop being fearful regarding the future. Very simple recommendation, but as accurate as the day is long, it rings like a bell fellow brothers and sisters, if you want to be happy and manifest, you've heard me state that phrase 111 different ways over the years regarding stop complaining and bemoaning and moaning about your past. Stop the complaining about your past and stop being in fear, worry, doubt, and anxiety about the future. There is no past. There is no future. The universe, the entire universe, is perfect and infinite universe of universes, is eternally grounded in the present. That's all we have, my fellow brothers and sisters. Stay in the present. Always keep your head where your feet are at. Always keep your head where your feet are at. It's like my football coaches told me in high school and college years ago. My fellow brothers and sisters, my message to you is a message of love. If I sum it up in one word, it's a message of love, is how I come to you, what I come to you bearing gifts of love. I remain neutral to everything. I come to you from a perspective 100% pure neutrality. I'm coming to you from a perspective 100% spirituality and energy, if you'd like to think of it that way as well. 0% religion, 0% politics, 0% one country versus another, one belief system versus another, 0% judgment. We are never, ever to judge a fellow brother and sister of ours. So I'm coming to you today, as I always do, from a perspective of 100% pure spirituality. My fellow brothers and sisters, you have pure spirit and power and energy flowing down into you and through your entire body right now at this very moment, 24/7, 365. That's what I'm here for, is to teach you how to use this pure power and spirit and energy, and to manage and direct energy in the ether that's all around you. In this consciousness, you live in a fractal. The large is in the small is in the large. Holographic. This is all a projection, my fellow brothers and sisters. You are the projector, and everything around you is your projection. So my suggestion to you is, in this universe that you live in this thought world, within this perfect and infinite thought universe, that it all is fractal, holographic, conscious. There is consciousness in everything. We'll think of everything at the level of an atom, atom. Of the level of an atom, there is consciousness in every atom within your beautiful body and all around you, in the ether all around you. You live in you live in an energy field within a field of consciousness, the Akashic field. You live within the Akash, my fellow brothers and sisters. So you live within a fractal holographic conscious simulation. This is all a simulation, my fellow brothers and sisters. As I said, you are the projector, and everything around you is your projection. This is how this universe is structured, and you're doing all this from only one moment in time, from the present. It's always from the present. There is no past, there is no future. So you live in a fractal holographic conscious simulation light matrix. And it's this light, when it's shined on us, on our atoms, that does the reflection. In the atoms in my body, in your body, they are 99.9999% empty, nothing there. Just a light reflecting off of them that shows an image, my fellow brothers and sisters. Don't worry. You've heard me say this a million times. Don't worry about figuring this out. You did not come here. Of the top 100 reasons you came here to planet Earth, when you incarnated into this life, again, you've been here many, 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 many times before. When you came here for your karmic lessons, for your contracts, your soul contracts, to go and work through your cycles, to further elevate and purify your spirit, none of that, none of the years and years of preparation for this life did you say, I'm coming here to figure this out. Stop it, stop it, stop it. You did not come here to figure this out. You only see a very, very small fraction of what's even around you. Can't figure anything out. This is beyond your comprehension. We've been around for billions of years, my fellow brothers and sisters. You're not going to figure this out. Get into the deep recesses of yourself and your subconscious mind, and connect with universal subconscious mind. Let it flow down into and through you. Place yourself in silence. You're going through a challenging time during the course of the day. No noise, no anything, no beverages, no cigarettes, no inhalers, no nothing of any distraction. Place yourself in pure silence, and within 20 minutes, probably 30 at the most, you will start to receive what's being sent down into you and through you. If you need help, quiet yourself and let source speak to you. Quiet yourself. Not even worried about some kind of fancy meditation or something like that. Forget about that. Just quiet yourself, sit in a room, and I can promise you it's going to come down into you and through you. I am so happy and grateful now, my fellow brothers and sisters, that something wonderful is happening to you today. I told you, when you wake up in the morning, when you are just barely 1% awake, whatever the percentage is, that you are aware that you are alive. Give gratitude at that very moment. I'm so happy and grateful now that something wonderful is happening to me today. This is what I want you to say as soon as you wake up, when you're a couple of percent awake. I'm so happy, grateful now something wonderful is happening to my loved one today. You have a spouse, a partner, you're married, whatever it is, significant other, children, someone in your family. I'm so happy, grateful now something wonderful is happening to them today. I'm so happy, grateful now something wonderful is happening to my team family today. All my brothers and sisters that I work with. I'm so happy, grateful now something wonderful is happening to my family of clients, all those who I serve. Provide a use value greater than the cash value you receive, my fellow brothers and sisters, and you will live in plenty. Plenty. You will live in plenty for the rest of your life. You will live in abundance. Live in abundance when you serve your fellow brothers and sisters. Goals are not to grow. Goals are not to get, rather. I correct myself. Goals are not to get, GT. Goals are to grow. You came here to grow. Goals are to grow, not to get. I'm so happy and grateful now. Today is the greatest day of your life. My fellow brothers and sisters, we live in a thought world within a perfect and infinite thought universe. You are an endless, eternal, ethereal, spiritual being. You are an eternal spiritual being living a limited physical experience. You are an immortal spiritual being. What better news can I give you? There is no end to you. There is no end to your life. On top of that, you possess perfection. You have a perfect spirit, perfect spiritual DNA, and most importantly, you possess a perfect spiritual spark. And the composition of this perfect spiritual spark inside you, my fellow brothers and sisters, is exactly the same as source. This is how you are referred to. I refer to you as an extension of source energy. You're an extension of source, exactly the same inside. Take this faith, take it with the belief, merge this together and co-create with source. Source desperately wants you to co-create with it. All these tools, all these tools in your toolbox for you to manifest anything you can imagine. My fellow brothers and sisters, we don't put energy into it or emotion into it, but there is negativity all around you. That's why our brothers and sisters come to Papi. I'm a walking, talking, living pep talk 24/7, 365. That's why we have so many followers on social media. Read my book, Manifest Anything You Can Imagine. Read it and or listen to it every day. Follow all of my teachings. I provide everything for you in one way, shape, or form. I'm taking the decades and decades and decades that I've been on this planet Earth and condensing it down today to you in minutes, in less than an hour in our beautiful podcast. I'm sharing this knowledge with you, this ancient wisdom. So my fellow brothers and sisters, lean in, listen to these podcasts in the background when you're cooking dinner. Listen to them in the background when you're getting ready in the morning. Don't get uptight about I have to listen and take notes to every word. Sometimes that's very good, but even just letting this play in the background, this ancient wisdom that I'm sharing with you, just playing it in the background, let your subconscious mind soak this up. Your subconscious mind accomplishes 95% of what you accomplish here on planet Earth. Let it do the work. Let it do the work. That's what you're speaking to when you very first wake up in the morning. I was just covering with you a moment ago. So listen to this, my fellow brothers and sisters. Listen to these podcasts in the background. When you're waking up in the morning, you're taking a shower, you're brushing your teeth, getting ready. Listen to it in the background when you're driving to work, when you're in your car driving. This is going to do you a lot better than listening to any kind of music on the radio. I can promise you that. I can promise you that. You're not going to be canceling or rejecting every 30 seconds or every 3 seconds for the words that are attempting to come into your ears. This is love and light and truth and goodness, my fellow brothers and sisters. I love you more than words can ever express. I love you more than words can ever express. Today's focus on today's show, when we were preparing, kept on getting back to one thing: the power of belief and the power of faith. So just to get your mind in the right place, That's the overarching theme for today's show that kept on coming through to us, to Mikey and myself and Kim, the power of belief and faith. So, Mikey, what a great show today. I just feel connected to every one of our fellow listeners on this show, no matter what continent they're on, no matter how they're engaging in the show, whether it's actively or passively. So thank you, Mikey, so much. Thank you, Kim, so much. I'm super excited about delivering a truck full of love to our fellow brothers and sisters today.
Thank you so much. It's a great positive start to our podcast this morning. So thank you for that energy. Um, Lots of good information. And, that's exactly what I mean when I say Pappy is full of this high value content. And he wants to give it all to us for free. So make sure you follow on social media because it really is it's just so positive, and it's such a good way to start the day. And some of us don't get the opportunity to see Pappy live and in person, so this is a good outlet for all of that. But he recently was a keynote speaker at a presentation in Florida. Can you share that experience with us, Pappy?
Yes, thanks, Mikey. And Mike, you are correct. I want to attempt to, and I am, my fellow brothers and sisters, providing you with enough free advice at no cost. Again, my target audience is the 4 billion fellow brothers and sisters of ours, 4 billion fellow brothers and sisters of ours living on planet Earth, living off of less than $5 per day. That is my target audience. And for cash flow to share this love, I do retreats, I have masterminds, I teach, I coach, and that is the fuel that goes into the engine. But for all of our fellow brothers and sisters, certainly earning less than $5 per day, I have enough free information that I share that is exactly what I've used for decades and decades to manifest anything you can imagine into my life. So I've used it myself. I provide that to you, but we do have a business that has to pay the electric bill, that gets to pay the electric bill, and all the carrying costs of operating a business so we can share all this love with you. So thank you so much, Mikey. Yeah, recent presentation I gave, and I love my brother Neil. My brother Neil Green, he has a wonderful business. He is in his zone of genius every time when he does what he does with organizing presentations. He runs elite private wealth summits and global leadership conferences. So this was an elite private wealth summit here in the United States. I gave a keynote presentation. It was at a very fancy hotel in Palm Beach, Florida. Beautiful location, beautiful hotel. 1 day, 1.5 day, chock full of business topics for a full day and a half. I gave a keynote presentation. And what struck me, Mikey, in that event, and oftentimes what I get a lot of positive comments about, Mikey, is that I'm not talking about the actual presentation, but it's just my fellow brothers and sisters, open yourself up to all the energy that's around you, open yourself up. And my goal for you, my fellow brothers and sisters, is HAF, harmony, alignment, and flow. Harmony, alignment, flow, what is it related to? It's related to flowing into being in harmony, alignment, flow, and looking around yourself and letting your subconscious mind make your decisions all day long and flowing toward and into positive energy and flowing out of and away from negative energy. Sounds real simple, but the supermajority of our fellow brothers and sisters are not getting this right, not getting it right. That's one of the biggest reasons that they're not manifesting anything they can imagine. And it always amazes me, Mikey, whenever I'm in a group of successful brothers and sisters, as I was at this keynote presentation. Again, family offices, multi-family offices, successful registered investment advisory practices, celebrities, athletes. I mean, these folks are, brothers and sisters, are successful in a wide cross section. This isn't just numbers and dollars and cents and some kind of bank business. Wide variety of success across multiple dimensions, multiple disciplines of business. And what I'm just sharing with the audience today, Mikey, because sometimes the most basic, straightforward, pragmatic teaching points are the best. And what I want to share with the audience today, Mikey, is that, and I'm using this event as an example, a tangible example, my fellow brothers and sisters, when you're around successful fellow brothers and sisters, it is positive and there's a lot of positivity. I'm not saying exclusively 100%, but there was a lot of positive conversation. There is very little complaining, and it is just naturally because of that at a high vibration and high frequency. High vibration, high frequency. I'm going to talk about this a little bit more in the show today, Mikey, in another segment of our podcast today. My fellow brothers and sisters, I had told you one of Papi's core teachings is keep your inner circle as small as possible. And if you want a number, keep it to 5 fellow brothers and sisters or less. And your goal is to have everyone in your inner circle vibrating at your level or above. Above your level is the goal. My fellow brothers and sisters, you will become the weighted average of this group, whoever is closest to you, however they behave, however they think, their vibration, their frequency. Now you can say, well, Pappy, where do I start at? Because it could dawn on you and it could resonate with you that, yeah, Pappy, I want brothers and sisters with high vibration, high frequency in my inner circle. Where can I start at? My fellow brothers and sisters, start with Pappy. That's the whole point of today's podcast and every podcast. Start with Pappy. Place me in your inner circle. Where's my vibration? I will promise you, if you have 5 brothers and sisters in your inner circle, in addition to you, and they're vibrating at a frequency of Pappy, you are going to be phenomenally successful. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It could be no other way. Albert Einstein said, if you match the frequency of anything, Albert Einstein, one of the greatest quantum physicists to walk this planet Earth in hundreds of years, stated if you match the frequency of anything, that whatever is on that frequency must be brought into your life in this 3D realm, in this 3D dimension, must be brought into your life. Albert Einstein closed that quote by saying, this is not philosophy, this is physics. It must come into your life. It can be no other way. The entire universe works off of energy, vibration, frequency. So place Pappy in your inner circle. Start with me. Listen to, as Mikey said earlier, everything I'm offering for free. Listen to these podcasts. Listen to social media, these shorts. The shorts that I do, some I do are 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. They're longer in format so that I can make the point, get your vibration frequency higher. This is all free. I provide a free ebook for manifesting you can imagine. My fellow brothers and sisters, I am giving you free material that easily within the free material I provide you is the core elements, the building blocks for everything that I've used in my life to manifest anything I can imagine across dozens and dozens of different scenarios and disciplines. I'm handing it to you on a silver platter. Include me in your circle. Include me in your inner circle. So I just want to remind my brothers and sisters, Mikey, who are listening today, that the proximity and association with successful entrepreneurs, business brothers and sisters, businessmen, businesswomen, brothers and sisters, be very, very, very cognitive and proactive about your inner circle. Keep it small, keep it tight, and ideally, your goal is for every fellow brother and sister in your inner circle to be vibrating at your level or above, ideally above the level that you're at. When I go into a room, my fellow brothers and sisters, and I'm deciding to go to a conference or go somewhere, if you want to talk about intelligence, so this may make it easy to think about. And again, we're not judging anyone, but I want to be the dumbest person in the room. I don't want to be the smartest person in the room. I want to learn of my fellow brothers and sisters. Help me raise my vibration, help me raise my frequency, help me raise my level of knowledge, my acumen, everything in my life. That's what I want you to look for, my fellow brothers and sisters, and you will move up rungs on that ladder and you will have a quantum leap. You will enjoy a quantum leap. Keep that circle small and look to place no more than 5 fellow brothers and sisters in your inner circle, all vibrating at a level higher than you. So thank you, Mikey, for such a wonderful kickoff to the podcast today.
No, thank you. And you're so right. Like what you were saying about energy adjusting to its surroundings, because when you walk into a room and you see positive people, you want to go into that room. Like I know that it's happened in Orlando when we were there for your the podcast, thing,
For the
people
summit,
would
yeah.
hear you, yeah, the summit. People would hear you talking and just peek into the room, and they could just feel the positivity coming out of that room, and they would just wanna come in, sit down, and end up spending the entire day with you. So that's just an example of being around positive people with a high vibration, so thank you for that. And speaking of free, every week, Pappy delivers 2 free concepts to live by to your inbox. And it's just a reminder that repetition is your key to manifesting. With so much negativity around us, Pappy just wants to keep us positive and aligned with our goals. So, Pappy, what are we focusing on this week for your concept to live by?
Yes, Mikey. One of the recent concepts to live by that Kim sent out to our email mailing list was methods of manifesting. And I was stubbing my toe on this years ago, Mikey, and Bob Proctor. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, brother. Namaste. Thank you so much. Bob said a very simple statement. He said, Pappy, people manifest a lot of different ways. So just so our fellow brothers and sisters, Mikey, who tuned into our podcast today can understand, I come at this from a lot of different directions. Some of our brothers and sisters are more visually oriented. Visualization is typically the strongest methodology, but some are more orally. They like to read or they like to speak out loud. That's how they take information. That's where they're comfortable. Some of our brothers and sisters like to listen. Maybe they like to listen to audible books. Some of our other brothers and sisters have combinations of this, listening and writing something, visualizing and speaking it out loud. So incorporate as many senses as possible. So the main point I want to make with the audience today, Mikey, is to find vibration that you vibrate with Pappy Mindset Coach. I put out a lot of different techniques. Some of our fellow brothers and sisters, when they first wake up in the morning, Mikey, I try to get our brothers and sisters to include gratitude, some form of gratitude with that as well. Not all do. Again, our fellow brothers and sisters, different methods of manifesting. Some of the ones that do include gratitude when they wake up in the morning, I'm more of a verbal, of giving verbal thanks, appreciation, and gratitude. I verbalize it. Some of our other brothers and sisters don't like verbalizing it. They love writing it out. They love journaling it. So just a lot of different examples of how you can manifest. At the end of the day, my fellow brothers and sisters, it all starts with your imagination, with your ideas and your thoughts. That's where it all starts. That's one of the top. There's less than a handful of number one purposes for your conscious mind. That is one of them, to start this entire process, your imagination, your ideas, and your thoughts. And then when you add the secret sauce to that, your feelings and your emotions, you are off to the races, off to the races. So if you get your feelings and emotions up at a high vibration, high frequency level by speaking it, speak that gratitude, brothers and sisters. If you get there by journaling it and by writing it, journal and write it. If you get it by visualizing in gratitude, visualize, whatever works for you. So just keep an open mind. Not every technique that I mentioned, brothers and sisters, is going to resonate directly with you. But again, my target audience is the over 4 billion, with the B as in Bravo, over 4 billion of our fellow brothers and sisters living off less than $5 per day. So I'm casting a wide net and I teach a lot of different techniques. All you need is even one of them to resonate with you. Typically, you have a combination. It'll be one or two or three techniques that you're most comfortable with. But methods of manifesting, there are a lot of different methodologies. I share a lot of different ideas. Find the one that's closest with you, and you will know it in your heart of hearts. Your subconscious mind, I say it rings like a bell. It will ring like a bell for you. It will not be confusing. The one that you want to lean into, the one that you're most comfortable with.
Exactly. There are so many different ways to manifest, Pappy. And whatever method you choose, we can all agree that you have to take inspired action to make it work. And you are awesome at
Yes.
coaching us on manifesting the law of attraction. So, what coaching tip are you sharing with us today?
Yes, a coaching tip today, Mikey, is building upon the topic we were talking about earlier. My fellow brothers and sisters, you can make significant progress in manifesting anything you can imagine. From what I mentioned earlier at that keynote presentation that I gave, it wasn't about that. It was about the conversations before, during, and after that conference before, during, and after, all throughout the day, just being immersed in that room with that high vibration, that high frequency, that high energy. And as you just said, Mikey, these brothers and sisters, just listen to them talking, and actions speak louder than words, but look at their actions. They were talking a lot about taking action, the actions that they were currently taking, and the actions that they were going to be taking in the very near future. Visualize your goal, my fellow brothers and sisters, with emotion, in gratitude, as we've talked about today. Visualize that goal. And the A in the Vega coin is for, and take action, just as Mikey just said, take action. So I recommend, my fellow brothers and sisters, I had talked before, when I was growing up, Jacqueline Kennedy married, became Jacqueline Onassis. She married a Greek Argentine business magnate, billionaire. Again, billionaire with a B as in Bravo. I believe the first name was Aristotle Onassis. And he was asked if he ever became bankrupt or penniless, how would he rebuild his empire? And he stated that he would immerse himself with the same thing that I was talking about that conference that I was in Florida, that I was a keynote speaker. Now, some of you who your limiting beliefs are talking to, that little birdie on your shoulder, the limiting belief birdie, I want you listening to the other birdie on the other shoulder, are going to tell you, oh, you're not going to get invited to a conference like that. You're not going to ever give a keynote presentation. You'll never read. No. My fellow brothers and sisters, wherever you're at, there is an area that success and wealth aggregates, a conglomeration, an attraction, a nucleus, a center somewhere. So let's even say simply a upper end hotel, a high end hotel in the city or area that you live in. For example, you can go into any high end hotel, 5-star hotel, 4-star hotel, whatever it may be, and you can go in and sit and have a cup of coffee. You can go in and sit and have a glass of iced tea. It virtually will cost you very, very little. Sit in that high vibration and that high frequency, and my fellow brothers and sisters, soak it up. This is what Aristotle Onassis was talking about, just immersing yourself in that. Conversations may arise. You very well may have a conversation or two. That would be icing on the cake, even just being there. You're literally, my fellow brothers and sisters, there's an aura, there's magnetism coming off of all of us, electric magnet, electrical from the mentality, the magnetism from our heart, this field all the way around us. You're in contact literally with the energy coming off fellow brothers and sisters. Soak this up, get used to this higher vibration, get used to this higher frequency, this electromagnetic field, get used to it. Soak it up. It's going to be a lot better than where else you are probably going to be hanging out, so you can immerse yourself with successful. And one other side benefit of this, my fellow brothers and sisters, is once you immerse yourself in this and you are in that type of environment, it will be a lot easier. What did I state before? Harmony, alignment, flow toward and into positive energy, flow out of and away from negative energy. This is going to make it a lot clearer next time you're around a group that there's a lot of negative energy. You're going to be, whoa, you're going to be repelled like a force field is going to push you back. I don't want to go into this conversation. I don't want to join this group. This is very heavy, low, negative vibration and frequency. Not what you're looking for to put in your inner circle, your top 5. Not what you're looking for. So my fellow brothers and sisters, blow up. Papi is here to be a detonation advice, a jackhammer, a bulldozer, however you want to look at it for your limiting beliefs. I'm here to smash and obliterate the limiting beliefs that reside and live in your subconscious mind. I call that the virus in your operating system. I'm here to blow them up. I'm here to jackhammer them. I'm here to take a sledgehammer to them. This is another technique to do it, to move toward and into positive, high vibration, high frequency, move out of move out of and away from negative low vibration and frequency. As simple as that. As simple as that, Mikey, for the cost of a cup of coffee or the cost of a glass of iced tea can be better than any college course that you could ever sit in and pay thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for. My fellow brothers and sisters, there is opportunity all around you. Opportunity is all around you.
Exactly, and you picked out the best example because when I was doing my research, Aristotle Onassis, he was actually dirt poor in Argentina, and he used his last penny to buy an expensive suit and join the most expensive clubs so that he can immerse himself around these high positive, people so that he can act as if the wealth he was going to have was already there. So that just shows you that, like, when you do your affirmations, you act as if it already happened. Aristotle Onassis acted as if he was already wealthy. And that's exactly what you're trying to tell us to do and to get us into that mindset. And I know that when you do your affirmations, you are always saying, you're living in the present. I am so happy and grateful now that. And can you share the affirmation for today with us, Happy?
Yes, Mike, and and you're so good at stimulating the conversation and keeping it going and helping me pop popcorn with great new ideas. But as you said, Mikey, even as happy as I've talked before, but we could talk about some of these things every show. We could talk about them every show. They're so important. My fellow brothers and sisters, there is a direct correlation to how brothers and sisters dress to the amount of compensation they receive. I will repeat, there is a direct correlation on average to how our fellow brothers and sisters dress and the compensation, how much they're earning, how much money they make, how much money they're earning over the course of a year. I know myself, I've done it. And years ago, before I understood manifest anything you can imagine, Mikey, mine was a manifesting journey throughout my life, building a manifesting lifestyle. But even something, if you're a business person, buying a new shirt before you go into a very big meeting. You have a new shirt on, brand new energy. You're embedding your high vibration, high frequency, and high energy into that, not something older that's been laying around. I'm not saying you have to go out and buy a whole new suit or something else, but even try this out and put the positive energy and vibration and frequency into this, my fellow brothers and sisters. Just buying a new garment, it could be a scarf, a shirt, new pair of socks, whatever it may be. You don't have to spend a ton of money when you're going into a business meeting. You've heard me say before, take a look at the fellow brothers and sisters for what your big faith belief goal is, your largest goal, that big one goal that I work with you on, your faith and belief goal, and take a look at what do you want to accomplish. Typically, brothers and sisters who have accomplished what your goal is dress a certain way. Start dressing like they dress. This is all very, very important, my fellow brothers and sisters. Your subconscious mind, your mind cannot tell the difference between reality and what you are visualizing. You start to believe this, you start to visualize this. You're having a down day. Go look in the mirror and smile. Go look at yourself in your eyes, subconscious mind, eye to eye. You're looking directly into your soul, into your subconscious mind, and just put the biggest smile on your face. Your body must follow that. It will follow that. You're sending a signal to your body. I am supposed to be happy right now. It will elevate your vibration and frequency. You are the projector. You're controlling all of this. Stop it for the last time that you're being controlled by some external forces. Not true, false, 100% wrong. The universe will never do anything to you. Source will never do anything to you. Source will only do things for you. My fellow brothers and sisters, you, right now, yes, you are your only problem. And you, yes, you are your only solution. Stop complaining. You're your only problem. You are your only solution. Affirmations are peppered throughout my book, Manifesting As You Can Imagine. Affirmations are structured auto suggestions. That smile, when you're smiling at yourself, looking yourself in the eye, smiling in the mirror, that is an auto suggestion. It's a non-verbal one, non-auto, but it's a suggestion you're making to yourself that your body must follow, and it will elevate the happiness that you have just by smiling at yourself and seeing yourself smile in the mirror. The affirmation that comes, one of the many affirmations that Mikey pulled out of Manifest Anything You Can Imagine, my book. And I always start, as Mikey said, with I am so happy and grateful now. I start every affirmation. I am, capital A, capital M, so happy, grateful now that I am so happy, grateful now that as I practice my foregoing instructions and ritual, I continuously succeed and manifest anything I can imagine. And the success I achieve is in exact proportion to the definiteness of my vision, goal, imagination, want, and thought. The fixity of my purpose, the steadiness of my belief, faith, burning desire, visualization, action, buoyancy, and acceptance, along with the depth of my emotion and my gratitude. How beautiful is that? I've told you, my brothers and sisters, if you haven't read my book, Manifest Anything You Can Imagine, if you haven't read it, I told you that I wanted to give you the basic ingredients, and I thought about my Italian grandma Rose. She had her cherished marinara, her red sauce recipe for putting on top of pasta. It was obviously tomato based. And I thought about her key ingredients, and it's not limited to these ingredients, but these are all very, very, very important for you to manifest anything you can imagine. Your vision, your goal, your imagination, want, thought, your purpose, your belief, your faith, your burning desire, your visualization, action, buoyancy, and acceptance, your emotion and gratitude. Don't have to have each one of these every time, but these are all going to rotate through, my fellow brothers and sisters. These are key elements for you to be able to manifest anything you can imagine. I explain all of those in detail in my book, Manifest Anything You Can Imagine. So thank you so much, Mikey, for pulling out and highlighting such a great affirmation to share with our brothers and sisters today.
Absolutely. And thanks for sharing that with us. So we come to the part of the show where we get to ask Pappy a question. Some of our listeners and subscribers submit questions for Pappy. And if you have a question you want to submit, just go to the website and click on the Ask Pappy link at the top. And today's question is, what is the secret to manifesting money?
Secret of manifesting money, Mikey. And this is one of the top, when brothers and sisters who know what I do, when they approach me, which they do quite often, and the ones who know what I do will come up to me and say, Pappy, can you help me manifest? I'm having challenges manifesting. I need assistance with. When they come to me, Mikey, and they ask me about to finish that sentence, Pappy, can you help me manifest? The top three blanks that are filled in are health, wealth, and love. Pappy, can you help me manifest better health? Pappy, can you help me manifest better wealth? Can you help me manifest better love? I want love in my life. I want to get married. I want a spouse. I want a partner. I want a significant other. I just want someone, Pappy, that I can love and loves me back. Those are the most important. So the one, Mike, that you're mentioning today is a very high frequency, talking about money, about manifesting money. And I talk about the Ancient Ascended Master Council, which provides just advice that's beyond comprehension that I'm grateful for every single moment I can think throughout the day. And also the Council of Humanity, the Table of Humanity, Andrew Carnegie, Napoleon Hill, Earl Nightingale, Bob Proctor, Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, Ben Franklin, Maya Angelou, Harriet Tubman, Dolores Cannon, Neville Goddard as well. And I always, Neville Goddard comes up so much, Mikey, because he was so instrumental. Of course, I never met him. He passed away decades ago, but so much of his work resonates with me. He sits on the Table of Humanity, Council of Humanity as well, has provided me with so much direction and guidance over the years. But he just had such great affirmations, and it's just such a great, unique way of stating things that whenever we look at this one today, Mikey, it came to mind some of Neville Goddard's work, and I want to share that with the audience today because he's literally one of the masters, and I would just love to pay homage to Neville Goddard, Goddard, in one of his wonderful affirmations. And Mikey, just to set the table, Neville won the lottery 8 times. Okay, if you can win the lottery one time, we can appreciate how special that would be. He wanted 8 times. He literally manifested anything he could imagine. He brought it into form many, many, many times in his life. And he was such a great teacher, such a great individual, such a wonderful soul, such a wonderful spirit. So I'd like to do, Mikey, shares with the audience today the affirmation from Neville Goddard. I can't think of a better affirmation regarding how to bring more wealth into your life, more money. And I repeat from earlier in today's podcast, goals are not to get, goals are to grow. Goals are not to get, goals are to grow. And certainly you could come into money, and there's a lot of opportunities for philanthropic, in plain English, sharing that love with fellow brothers and sisters in need. So this is an affirmation that Neville Goddard used over and over again, Mikey. Again, he ended up winning the lottery 8 times. And I'd love to share this with the audience today. I've read this one and listened to this one. I love listening to Neville countless times over my lifetime. And it goes like this: it is done. I have the money now. It is in my bank account. I love looking at it. I love spending it. I love saying it. I love investing it. It is done. I have the money now. It is done. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am wise. It is done. Money flows into me in avalanches of abundance. It is done. I am in a swelled river of wealth. All wealth is flowing to me now. It is done. It is done. It is done. I love this one, Mikey, so much. I'm going to read it again. If our brothers and sisters are getting ready in the morning, getting ready to go to work, or if they're driving in their car, cooking dinner, you just listen to this over and over. I'll do it maybe 2 more times. 3 is a good number, Mikey, I want to do. So I'll do it 2 more times. I'll just roll through. It is done. I have the money now. It is in my bank account. I love looking at it. I love spending it. I love saving it. I love investing it. It is done. I have the money now. It is done. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am wise. It is done. Money flows into me in avalanches of abundance. It is done. I am in a swelled river of wealth. All wealth is flowing to me now. It is done. It is done. It is done. Last time for our wonderful brothers and sisters. One of the greatest affirmations you could ever use to bring money into your life. It is done. I have the money now. It is in my bank account. I love looking at it. I love spending it. I love saving it. I love investing it. It is done. I have the money now. It is done. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am wise. It is done. Money flows into me in avalanches of abundance. It is done. I am in a swelled river of wealth. All wealth is flowing to me now. It is done. It is done. It is done. Homage to Neville Goddard. What a genius. What a wonderful, wonderful spirit. What a wonderful, wonderful soul. Thank you, Neville, for sharing that and so many other wonderful affirmations and just intelligence and love from that brother, more than I could ever give credit to in one single podcast. Homage to Neville Goddard, Goddard. When you get a chance, my brothers and sisters, listen to some of Neville's teachings. And again, all that will come through you and to you is love, light, truth, and goodness. That's what Neville was all about. Love, light, truth, and goodness. So thank you, Mikey, for allowing me to share that. It's just so powerful. And to answer our fellow brothers and sisters, Pappy, I need money to pay my bills, to live my life, for a roof over my head, clothes on my back, food on my table, etc. There you go, my fellow brothers and sisters. I can't think of a better affirmation to bring that into your life, to manifest anything you can imagine.
Thank you so much for sharing that. We mentioned all the resources that Pappy makes available to us, and one of the most important ones is his book, Manifest Anything You Can Imagine. It comes in a physical version as well as an audio version, and we just talked about, listening to this podcast in the background. Another thing that you can do to manifest is to listen to the book in the background as well. It's very helpful. Um, and also, we mentioned about free, and he also has a free ebook available to all of his brothers and sisters. And one of the most powerful things about these books is the quotes that are inside of them. And Pappy, which quote are you going to share with us today?
Yes, the quote for today from Manifesting You Can Imagine is from chapter 14. Always remember, the key to being in harmony, alignment, and flow with universal intelligence and source, and to successfully manifest, is that you should always strive to provide your fellow brothers and sisters with the impression of increase and to deliver a use value that is higher than the cash value you receive from them. Papi DiNuzzo. Thank you, Mike. That's a beautiful quote you pulled today. Thank you.
It is a beautiful quote. I hope that all of our listeners remain in harmony, alignment, and flow today and can manifest to your highest potential. Pappy, thank you for everything. If you are a successful entrepreneur looking to take your business, life, health, wealth, love, and impact to the next level, the Pappy Mindset Manifestation Mastermind and or the Pappy Mindset Manifestation Retreats may be just the answer and experience you've been looking for. This is where positive thoughts, emotions, and actions align with ancient wisdom within a tribe of purpose meets profit entrepreneurs who are dedicated to elevating their mindset, their energy, their resolves, and their fellow brothers and sisters in need. If you're ready to manifest, grow, stretch, and really step into the next new or higher version of yourself, Pappy's Mastermind and Retreats were created just for you. Thank you so much, Pappy. I know you have a great closing for us today.
Yes, thank you so much, Mikey. Namaste, my wonderful sister. Namaste, Kim. Thank you so much for producing such a great show. Just wonderful love, light, truth, and goodness sending out today. In closing today, my fellow brothers and sisters, I want to thank you so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining us today on our wonderful podcast, for all this wonderful information we're sharing with you. This ancient wisdom that we're sharing the entire show, every podcast we're bringing to you. Namaste, namaste, my wonderful, beautiful fellow brothers and sisters. Namaste. The spirit in me greets the spirit in you. It's been so enjoyable. This time of today has been so enjoyable. We get so pumped up for the podcast. We're so fired up to share love and light and truth and goodness with you and to receive all the wonderful information that comes back to you in so many different formats in the communication we receive from you, my fellow brothers and sisters from all across the globe. So enjoyable. I'm giving thanks, appreciation, and gratitude for all the wonderful time we spent together. My fellow brothers and sisters, in closing, I'm sending you love and light and truth and goodness. And again, these are not idle words, my fellow brothers and sisters. This is love over hate, light over darkness, truth over deception, good over evil, sending you an awakening for a grand awakening, to awaken the inner knowing, the untapped creative power lives within you, for the inner knowing for you to be awakened, my fellow brothers and sisters, and to get you to remember, for a grand remembrance, for grand remembering, sending my positive energy to you, each and every one of you right now at this very moment, my fellow brothers and sisters, my positive energy being sent to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of the wonderful impact-driven entrepreneurs that I work with who are taking the profit from their life's work and merging it with purpose to help fellow brothers and sisters to pay this forward, to have a true impact across the globe. I thank you, all my wonderful brothers and sisters, my successful entrepreneur brothers and sisters in our audience and in our tribe who are dedicated to paying this forward. Thank you so much. My fellow brothers and sisters, I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am, I am. I am that I am. Love and blessings until we meet again. Thank you so much. Love and blessings from all of us here at Pappy Mindset Coach. Namaste, my wonderful, beautiful fellow brothers and sisters. Until we meet again, love and blessings. That's a wrap for this episode of Manifest Anything You Can Imagine podcast. Keep those dreams big and your mindset unstoppable. Take one step today toward the life you're manifesting because you can create anything you imagine. If you can think it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Visit pappymindsetcoach.com for more resources and follow us at Pappy Mindset Coach on social platforms for daily inspiration. If you love this episode, share it with someone ready to transform their life. Until next time, stay focused, stay positive, and keep on manifesting your best life. See you soon.